So Primary 4 have also been comparing the story of Jamie and Cinderella, and they've been using a Venn diagram, this is really interesting, to compare the two stories, and one set in olden times, one set in a more modern time. They've looked at what's similar about the stories and what's different. And Primary 4 then did some writing about the Cinderella and Jamie fairy tales. We've also got Primary 4 readers who are who've been doing some wild reading. Thank you to Maya and Santi, to Zafia and to Neve for uploading your pictures. Primary 5 book week activities, you've been rewriting the story of Goldilocks, changing one feature like the bears into tigers, or making the ending a bit happier when Goldilocks stays to help tidy up. That would be an interesting version, wouldn't it? Lovely learning from home here, boys and girls. And you have also been completing your top 5, World Book Day top 5 favourite reads. You have also completed a book bingo game, which I think looks really interesting, and you've been writing book reviews to recommend books. Primary 6F, we've got Faria here designing her own fairy door. I know all of Primary 6 were designing fairy doors and goblin doors using lolly sticks and a lot of imagination. And Primary 6F were also thinking about their higher order thinking skills when you've been learning about bias. Was Goldilocks really to blame? You've also, Primary 6F, been busy writing your own fairy tales based on some of the classic stories, using excellent literary techniques like alliteration, humour and onomatopoeia. Wonderful writing. Well done, Primary 6F. Primary 6K, again, beautiful writing. You've done some fairy tale poetry. This one was up on Twitter earlier in the week. Absolutely beautiful piece of writing, as is this. Very well done. Boys and girls, you've also been building fairy and goblin doors. These look really interesting. You can really imagine a fairy tale taking place here. I love the use of the environment, and that's very pretty, Erin. You've created your own book character theme song, which is sounds really interesting. I'd love to hear that. And you've had a special guest join you at home this week, and that is Detective Jim Fox. You've had special guests all through the week as well. And your book themed quiz looks really interesting. Is that Mary Poppins or is it Haneen? I wonder, Cooper, what are you doing there? And Milo, is it Milo or is it the Tin Man? Primary 7, you've been focusing on Revolting Rhymes by Roald Dahl. You've been doing some revolting grammar. You've used his story and his rhymes to practice apostrophes and comprehension. And you've also been looking at the animated poem called Junk, and you've illustrated and written your own poems as well. Boys and girls, you've recommended your favourite books on Libby. These include Dork Diaries, The Worst Class in the World, The World's Worst Parents. These stories and books are all on Libby, boys and girls. Who Let the Gods Out? I don't know that one, but it sounds interesting, by Maz Evans. There's a superhero in your book. Oh, Tom Fletcher writes funny stories. And really worth recommending are all the Little People Big Dreams books. There's loads of them on Libby. If you're not sure yet how to get onto Libby, ask your class teacher. You've done fantastically with our Reading Miles challenge this week, boys and girls. We've travelled from Lorne up to John O'Groats, across to Skye, there's the Kulin Hills, and then the next day we travelled all the way to Warsaw in Poland. The following day we went all the way to Pakistan, there's Islamabad. And yesterday you read so many pages which were equal to miles that we got all the way back to Romania. There's Bucharest, the capital city of Romania. Boys and girls, you've also taken part in being wild about reading. Lots of our staff have been wild about reading, but also, boys and girls, so have you. Lots and lots of you going out into the wild or just sitting in an unusual place to do some reading. Alan, who's in your photograph? Who's that? Have they fallen asleep reading? I wonder who that is. Boys and girls, what a great week it's been. We've had mystery readers, World Book Day books. If you've not got them yet, you'll be getting them soon. And my class enjoyed getting theirs yesterday. Today's pyjama day, but that's not yet. We've got Kurian with Miss Haig later on, and we've got Crazy Readers at 1:30. We'd love to see as many of you there as possible. We hope you've enjoyed the week. Thank you for your contributions. Enjoy your weekend.